I'ma keep winning, winning. I'ma keep winning, winning. Ooh. I'ma keep winning, winning.
I think it's best you run away. I won't let you finish. You came for me, you played yourself. You scream for help. It's a shame nobody with it. No pain, no gain. Watch who you bang with. Make it to the top with the same ones I came with. I shoot my shot, you better know that I'ma never miss. When they coming for me, yeah, I'm gonna tell them this.
I'ma keep winning, winning. I'ma keep winning, winning. Ooh. I'ma keep winning, winning.
You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself.
I'ma keep winning, winning.
In this video, I'm going to share two different Glock 45 builds and why I like them both for different reasons. To start things off, make sure you check out the best way to support the channel, which is by becoming a member of the kit page, where I link every single thing that I talk about on the channel and provide discount codes for everything I can so you can build the same guns for less. Also, check out the main sponsor of the channel, US Arms Co. They make some amazing guns, barrels, and accessories. Use code GUNMEN15 on their site. And one more huge shout out to US Arms Co. for providing all of the 9mm ammo that was used in this video and has been used on the channel for quite some time now. They have some great ammo for both training and self-defense. It's hollow pointed and it's worked super well for me so far. And again, you can get it for less by using code GUNMEN15. And also, full disclosure on any collaborations with these two builds, Train with Purpose sent over the slide and trigger shoe, which I was stoked on. They told me to give an honest review, which I appreciated because that's what I already intend to do with everything I review. And a huge thank you to Optics Planet for the RMR and the X300 that I'm going to talk about. So I'm going to start with my original Glock 45 that I purchased a couple years ago. This build has been all over the place with different colors and attachments, but I think I finally got it to a place where everything works super well for me and I probably won't change it for a while. The Glock 45 has been one of my favorite full-sized handguns for a while now. With all the crap I've put this thing through and the amount of rounds I've put down range, reliability has never been an issue. That's why this is my go-to sidearm for my full kit stuff and also why I've put the most work into it to get it where I want it. From the top down, we have the Omega 9K from Silencer Co., which is an insanely good can. I've shot this thing like crazy and it's always done its job very well. I think it's impressively quiet for the size and it mitigates flash really well. Not to mention its fully welded design, it's just a super strong can. To attach to the 9K, we have a true precision threaded barrel, which has been great for me. This was one of the first threaded barrels I ever bought and it's performed very well. I generally run Silencer Co. now if I need a threaded barrel, but there are a lot of good options out there. The iron sights are night vision suppressor height in white with a green glow. I've loved these, no issues with them at all. I have a Trijicon RMR Type 2 6MOA direct mounted to the slide, which I had cut by Culper Precision and they did a great job. I love this RMR in particular, mostly because of the adjustable buttons on the side, which look sleek and work really well. And in my opinion, in a lot of ways, it really doesn't get better than Trijicon. I tend to leave the internals alone on Glocks because I never want to compromise the reliability of the platform, so the only thing on this build that I changed was the trigger shoe, which is from Train with Purpose. Their shoe upgrades are really nice and I personally think it enhances the shooting experience a lot without messing with the integrity of the gun. Like I said before, we have the X300 Turbo, which is a fantastic weapon light. It is on the larger side, but because I generally wear this on my hip, I prefer to have a light that's brighter and more robust, which Surefire did a great job with the X300 series. The whole frame is OEM. I just added a rubber Talon grip and some goon tape. Then one of my favorite magwells, which is from SLR, which in my opinion, SLR makes one of the best magwells on the market. Then I've also been running Train with Purpose's mag extensions, which have been great for me. They do have a new version out right now, which I really love the design of, but honestly, I love both their old and their new generation options. This one being the old design and this is the new. The defense ammo I choose to run is Spear Gold Dot, and that's specifically because that's what my local LE run. And if you're ever in a self-defense situation in the courtroom, they will go after you for whatever they can, including the type of ammo you use. So make sure you're able to say, I use the same defense ammo that my local LE department uses, and then leave it at that. Overall, this is a fantastic handgun. It shoots very smooth and it's always been 100% reliable, which is why it's one of my top choices for a battle setup secondary. Because I had already built out a battle ready build, I thought it would be fun to also build out a second one, which I would consider to be a little more Gucci. So starting on the slide, like I said, it's from Train with Purpose. It's their gun code Co. Glock 19 level 1 slide in black. In a general sense, I really don't care much for porting, but the slide cuts they decided to go with I think look really nice, and it's helpful when it comes to getting a solid grip on the slide for press checks and racking. Also aesthetically, I think they did a great job with the flow and the design. Overall, I would say great job for both the design and how it's run so far. Zero issues for me in reliability. I did have to pick up all the OEM internals, which cost me about $120 on the Glock store, and that will all be linked so you know what you need. But if you already have a slide that you're intending to just switch this one out with, you can obviously just switch the parts over as well. So overall, if this is your aesthetic, I would say it gets the green light for me for being well machined, coming with the sights that I love and would have put on anyway, and staying reliable. Like I just said, I chose the model that came with the night vision suppressor eye sights, and I love them. I do have a Trijicon RMR Type 2 with the 3.25 MOA dot, which adjusts the brightness of the dot according to the ambient light, and so far I do like it, but I did run into an issue that was not very conducive to it being fully reliable. Because there's no way to adjust the dot manually, you're at the mercy of the sensor working properly, and what happened in this case was I was shooting at about dusk where the sun was just going down, and the sensor for whatever reason still thought it was bright enough to keep the dot super bright, which made it so I couldn't see the target pretty much at all past the 15 to 20 yard range. So ideally I would have liked to be able to adjust it manually if I had to, but once I saw that issue I realized I definitely prefer the buttons on the side. I would say it's pretty accurate in 90% of lighting conditions, but just be aware of that. Also, it's hard to find this anywhere, but I've heard the proper torque spec for an RMR is in the 9 to 12 inch-pounds range for the Gen 5 Glocks. So I set this one at the 10 to 12 inch-pounds range, and the screws haven't backed out yet. This threaded barrel is from Silencer Co., and they make great barrels like I've always said. I haven't had any issues with any of the ones I've purchased, and I've been using them for quite some time now. I went with the threaded barrel so I could run my Silencer Co. Octane 9, which has been a great can so far. I would say it's much more suited for a PCC build due to the size, but overall it's still fantastic on a handgun. And in order to run both the Omega 9K and this, you will need to pick up a piston and a spring. These are both from Silencer Co., and they allow the barrel to move freely so that the gun can properly cycle. You will need a spring and a piston for all barrels that are not in a fixed configuration. The light is a Surefire X300 UB, which has been a great option for me. Like I said before, I've loved the X300 series, and all the ones I've owned have been very reliable and great. The frame is basically identical to the first build with the Talon and Goon Tape combo, only I have an OEM trigger in here for now, only to be switched with a Train with Purpose shoe as soon as I have the time to switch that out. And the magwell I chose for this build is from Edgar Sherman Design. This is definitely my second favorite magwell for the Glock 45 series. I would say I even love it as equally as the SLR one I've run for years now. With such a unique and well put together design, it's been a great option, and I've really loved running it so far. The mag extensions are also from Train with Purpose, but I've also run Tyrant Designs for a long time now, and they've both been super reliable for me. Everything else on the gun is OEM, and it's run super reliable for me, no issues at all. So those are the builds. I think both of these serve different purposes, this one being more of a nightstand bump in the night gun, and the other being more of a battle setup. I've always loved Glock because you're able to kit them out pretty much exactly how you want without making them unreliable in most cases, but again, just in my opinion, try not to mess with the internals as much as possible. This week, head to the range and train, bring your friends, and while you're all freezing together, remember you are your own best defense, so get some good reps in so you can be better prepared to preserve innocent life even when it's cold outside. As always, this channel has grown so much, and I'm so grateful for all of the support, and I have no intentions of slowing down on new builds, so stay tuned for so much more, and I'll see you in the next one.